What's going on, world of YouTube? It's A New Breed coming at you with another review. Now for today's review, we're going to be checking out, this one is the Sahara Sailor 13-in-1 Survival Shovel. Now this one just recently got in, ultimately want to give it a check out, and I figure let's go ahead and unbox it together and see what it has. These normally range, you can get these on Amazon, I'll post a link for this specific one below, but these normally range between 25 all the way up to 100 plus. So it kind of depends on what you want. To be honest, the majority of the time, you're going to be paying for a brand. So I'm not going to knock any other brand, but you want to make sure that the parts are good. You want to make sure that it's constructed well, that the parts are metal, and that it's going to last. So let's go ahead and break this one down and see what we got. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and set the box to the side. And when you first open it up, you have a little camo pouch. And of course, you see it's got the name on it, Sahara Sailor. Now, this has two clasps on the side. So I'm guessing, let's open it up. Now, when we open it up, first thing that pops out to match those clasps is, of course, these are plastic. Not saying these are going to be the most durable, but ultimately it'll work for a carrying strap. I'd probably replace these with metal or get something with a metal one just in case, but for now, these will do. So let's go ahead and move those to the side. Now when we open this up, if you look inside, it has three little spots. Now these spots hold each of these pieces. You got your bottom, middle, and of course, the top portion. The top portion of the sheath, just to make sure you don't, of course, cut yourself or anything like that. We'll go ahead and unsheath that. Set that to the side also. Now, since we got all the pieces out, we're gonna go ahead and build it all the way up. And as we build it up, we're gonna break down and talk about each of the pieces. Now we're gonna start from the bottom. Now, if you look at the bottom, if you go ahead and unscrew it all the way, you have inside here, you have a fire starter, and on the bottom, that's a glass breaking tool. So, you know, for emergency glass breaks, etc., etc., this is your fire starter, and if you untwist this on the inside, you actually have a whistle, just in case you need to alert anybody. Okay, it's decently loud. It'll definitely get somebody's attention. So we're gonna put this back together. Now, if you listen in here, you hear rattling. Now, on the inside of that, you have screwdriver. It has Phillips head and flathead. Now, if you look in here, this metal piece, which again, I respect the fact it's metal. It's not cheap plastic. It's nothing like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that, put it in there, and there you go. You got your Phillips head or your flathead. Now, there is a little wiggle room, but ultimately, it'll get the job done. So for that, I definitely like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and put that together, and I'll drop that back in there. Now what I would recommend is, honestly, there's so much space in there, you could use that for storage of small objects. Let's say, for instance, a little bit of paracord. Let's say you're gonna wrap up and put some fishing hooks in here, a bobber. You're going to go ahead and put in fishing line, anything that you could use as far as small objects for survival, and trust me, it'll definitely work. Now we'll put this in there, which once again, I do recommend, if you're going to, place some things in here for survival that'll help ensure your survival, even if it's something small for, you know, hunting and more or less fishing. So we're going to the middle piece. Now the middle piece, you hear that rattling too. Once you go in here, here's what we're dealing with in here. Now this is a degorger. Of course, you have a knife up top, you have a saw on the bottom, and a bottle opener. Now, unlike the survival axe, this is metal. This has a really good metal piece to it. It's real sturdy. Now, if you look on the inside, this is reverse threaded. So you're gonna take this, you're gonna line it up, and you'll thread it in. Okay, and when it locks pretty tight. But once again, This is metal. You want to make sure that all your pieces and parts that are going to connect in the metal. And even if it's a thick plastic, I still wouldn't recommend a thick plastic, only for the durability. Now I do want you to take notice that if you look here, the rubber gasket, wherever it connects, it has a rubber gasket, just in case it falls in water or rain, anything like that, it'll keep the moisture out. So let's go ahead and connect this, put that together. Now, once again, the second piece, just to show you, it's hollow on the inside, more storage. You never really know what you could put in there. Once again, I would recommend stuff for fishing, anything like that. You can also put the screwdriver and attach it on the tip, but I'll just keep it down here, my preference. Also, now you've got a fairly decent weapon that gives you a little bit of range, or if you're fishing, need to spear a fish, give you something with a little more leverage. And believe me, this is sturdy. When I say it's sturdy, this thing, yeah, it's really nice. Now let's go ahead and attach the top. Now we'll go ahead and pop this in there. And again, if you look, you see, got another gasket on there, got another rubber O-ring, so it'll seal up. And once you hit it, you feel that seal. So let's go ahead and look at the top. Now the top, of course, has a design, pretty neat design. You know, don't get me wrong, I like it overall, but this is a survival situation, so, you know, the design doesn't matter, but hey, I like it, it's pretty cool. Now, when you're adjusting your tool, this can go for 3 different things. It can be used as a hook, which they consider this the hook, then a garden hoe, and a shovel. Now, if we're looking and we use this, you raise this up by turning it, and what it does, it locks it into place. Now, when you're locking it into place, you want to grab at the neck of it and twist, just to make sure. Now, when you got that locked in, that's not going anywhere. That's sturdy. And when I say sturdy, it's not going anywhere. So I guarantee you could definitely use this to dig up dirt. Whatever you need to do as far as shoveling, moving different things, gardening, this would definitely come in handy. Now we're going to go ahead and we'll bring it down. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring it down, and we're going to check out what the shovel. Once again, you're going to bring it down, get it lined up. Once you get it lined up, you'll twist this up. It'll clasp tight. Make sure you grab the neck of it, and then you don't have anything to worry about. This is a good shovel. This isn't going anywhere. It's not going to bend. And if you look at how thick the steel is, that's reasonably thick steel. Now this, when it folds down, this is on more or less of a folding head. It's bolted in, nice tight bolts. Now, if you look here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are for different size bolt heads. So if you're ever in a bind, you need to take out a bolt, you can use this to take out different size bolts. Now the tip is sharpened. It's not blade sharp, but it's sharp enough, especially if you're going to be digging, using it as a weapon, etc., etc. Now on this side, they say you can use this for an axe. Would I recommend using this as an axe? Probably not. Just to be honest with you, in a survival situation, yes, you can. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely use this as an axe in a survival situation. As thick as this is, as durable as this thing is really nice. Now when we're looking at the top, the head, and when we're looking at, if you look here, look real close, you got saw teeth right there. Now the saw teeth, they're pretty sharp, honestly. So you don't only just have a saw on the back end of the blade, you have a saw right here too. So it depends on what you're going to be cutting. Bigger pieces of wood, smaller pieces of wood. So yeah, overall, this thing feels sturdy. It's got a good feel to it. It's got good weight. It's not overly light. It feels like it'd be really, really durable. Now being able to take it out for a field test right at the time, the ground is frozen, so I'm not going to be doing that just yet. But trust me, this thing is going to get a lot of use. Even if it's camping or with the way the world's going, we really never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I always recommend getting things that you would need. Now, once again, this one is by Sahara Sailor, 13-in-1 survival shovel. Now the question is, would I recommend this? Honestly, yes. This one definitely gets a big heads up for me. This one gets a thumbs up because it's durable. It's got really thick steel. It's not flimsy. Moving it back and forth, it doesn't seem to bend. I mean, the durability of it, the extra space on the inside that you can store different things, like I said, fishing equipment, bobbers, even you could put the survival bracelet that I showed prior in here and you would still be fine. This thing ultimately folds up. It goes in the sheath and then it goes in a pouch. So it breaks down. You don't have to consistently carry it when it's all the way built out. So I would definitely recommend this. Like, as you see, it's pretty decent. So you're not gonna have to bend down too much. Now this doesn't have an extremely long handle, so you will have to bend down or bend down on one knee in order to do some digging or whatever you're going to do. But that's only because of how long it is. But you can't expect it to be 5-6 feet because it has to be something that's carryable and something that can fit in the pouch, and also just something really durable. It will give you good leverage. It'll do whatever, I believe it'll do whatever you need, within reason. Keyword within reason. Don't go out and try to use this for something it's not used for, considering it's used for many things. But yeah, do I believe this thing can save your life in a stuff hit the fan situation? Yes, I do. Would I recommend it? Definitely. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will be putting a link in the description, and just go through and check them out. They come in this blue color. They come with stainless steel. They also come in black. They come in a couple different colors, and you can also buy them in packs where you can mix and match, and it'll not only be a survival shovel, but it'll have a survival hatchet with it. Now I will be reviewing one of those. So ultimately, just remember, if you're ready, you don't got to get ready. So I'll see y'all around the next one, all right? And if you like my content, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful evening.